Welcome to Fiscal TV. I'm Jim Caselli. Thank you for joining us this morning. On today's show, we have some information about a new bond cash transfer functionality, a special interview with one of Fiscal's most famous employees, and no, don't worry, it's not Tom Merez, an FSC segment about FizzChat, and more Fiscal news. But first, I'd like to welcome John Amella, who has some news about a new tile that will help keep you up to date on all things Fiscal. Welcome, John. Before we get started, we have a short video we'd like to play.
Perfect. Thanks, Jim.
So once you log into Fiscal, you'll see up top the Fiscal Announcements tile. You'll see the number of unread messages that you have not read. If you click into this tile, you can read all the messages, even the ones that you've read previously. They'll stay active here for 90 days. And if you click into one of them, the link, you'll notice the message that pertains to that specific module. Now, you can have access to multiple different modules depending upon what pertains to you. I don't have that view up right here, but whether it's GL, whether it's AP, AR, so on and so forth, you can customize it to only display the messages that are pertinent to your specific Fiscal usage. So again, if you go back, since I selected one of the messages on the links below, if you go back to the home page, now you'll notice that the message count has gone from 9 messages down to 8 messages. So again, very customizable for your specific usage of Fiscal to select the specific information that is pertinent to your Fiscal usage.
John, first of all, let's clarify where the announcement tile is located.
Perfect, Jim. The announcement tile is on the first page of a login screen, right when you log in. Be right there, located for easy viewing.
Good. We're going to ask John a few more questions, but before we get to those, if you have any questions you would like to ask John, please send them in right now. So, John, tell me, where did the idea for the announcement tile come from?
So, Jim, we were down in Southern California doing an Imagine Fiscal session with the Southern California departments, doing a design thinking session. And one of the topics that came up was that the end users down there sometimes struggle to get pertinent current information. So an idea that was spawned from that event was the announcement tile. You know, a place that's centralized where people log in, they can see all the most current information, and that's really customizable and pertinent to them.
So when can users expect to see this new tile?
So it's expected to be released end of March or April timeframe. So that's when we'll see it on the main page of Fiscal PeopleSoft.
We do have a question here before we go further with ours. When is the announcement tile going live, and will there be an archive of announcements?
When it first goes live, in March, April timeframe, it will not have archive capability, but that's one item that we're working on as well. Where it's searchable, and all the information on the content that's delivered on the tile is going to be archived.
Okay. And so, what can users expect once the tile is up and running?
So, what they can expect is when they log in, they see the tile, the announcement tile. On the lower right-hand corner, there'll be a red number indicating how many new announcements there are. Now, the neat thing about the announcements, as mentioned in the video, are that there are specific modules that you can choose and select depending upon how you interact in people.
Okay, so you just sort of mentioned that in the little video that we saw. You said that people can definitely customize it. Can you go in a little further about that? Like you said, they can customize the module, what have you. So I'm just assuming that whatever they want to see is what they will see.
Correct. There's about 10 different modules that they can select from, anywhere from GL, AR, AP, etc. So they can really customize the content to their pertinent usage of PeopleSoft.
Okay, good. So finally, how will users be notified when the announcement tile is up and running?
So there'll be communications that go out that indicate, the tile is live. Obviously, they'll be logging into the PeopleSoft, and they'll see the tile right there front center. So they'll say, "Hey, there's a new tile there." But we'll also be releasing a job aid as well, so they can navigate and choose what functionality or what modules they want.
Good. So this is just another great example of Imagine Fiscal at work.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Okay, so we don't have any other questions right now. If you do have questions, feel free to contact your relations coordinator. And John, thanks again for being with us. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Jim.
The bond cash transfer is a new functionality for general ledger journals to transfer cash from the bond proceeds fund to the bond expenditure fund for all bond-related AP vouchers. On Tuesday, March 3rd, from 1:30 to 2:30, Fiscal will host a bond cash transfer town hall. This would be a great opportunity for you to connect directly with BCT SMEs for more information about this new functionality. Let's go ahead and take a high-level overview of the bond cash transfer.
Welcome to Fiscal TV's How-To series. In this video, we will cover creating a GL journal for a bond cash transfer. The purpose of a bond cash transfer GL journal is to transfer cash from the bond proceeds fund to the bond expenditure fund for all bond-related AP vouchers. After you have created your bond expenditure voucher, begin by navigating to the Create Update Journal Entries page. Once you reach the page, enter your department's business unit and the journal date for the transaction. The journal date must be 2 business days prior to the related voucher scheduled due date. This means that a voucher scheduled for Thursday, January 9th, 2020 would have a journal date of Tuesday, January 7th, 2020. Click Add. In the Header tab, you will enter the same types of information that your department would include in a transaction request form for a bond cash transfer, including the journal description, legal authority, and reason for request. Be sure to include your BU number, voucher ID, and scheduled due date of the voucher in the journal description field. Enter BDCT into the SCO type of transaction field. Attach any related documents as you do today. Click the Lines tab. In the Lines tab, enter the appropriate chart field values for each journal line. Remember, do not enter the pending cash account, as due to due from accounts will automatically populate. For bond cash transfers, in each line you must enter the related AP voucher using the specific format of capital VCHR-voucher ID in the transaction description field. If the noted format is not used, the bond cash transfer query will not identify the transaction. This may result in delays in the SCO approval process. Complete budget check and submit for approvals per the usual process. After the GL journal is approved by your department approver, it will workflow to SCO for final approval. After you have completed and approved your bond cash transfer GL journal, you can navigate to the bond cash transfer query to review the transactions. Begin by navigating to the query viewer page. Enter the query ZZ_GL_BCT_QRY. Use the fields from journal date and to journal date to narrow the selection of your transactions. If you are looking for something specific, you could also enter the voucher ID or journal ID. Click View Results. After the query has loaded, confirm that your GL journal is linked to the correct AP voucher by comparing the journal ID and voucher ID headers. Here, you can also check the status of both GL journals and AP vouchers as needed. For more information, refer to Job Aid Fiscal 404. If you have any questions, please reach out to the FSC at Fiscal Service Center at fiscal.ca.gov.
Another self-help feature is the ability to reset your own password if you've locked yourself out from entering the incorrect password too many times. Simply navigate to the Access Fiscal homepage. After entering your email address, click Forgot My Password and a code will be emailed to you. You do not have to wait for assistance from a live person to get back to business. We hope users will take advantage of the self-service portal in ServiceNow to accelerate their ticket process.
We have something very special for you today on Fiscal TV. We thought this might be a good time to have a sit-down interview with FizzBot, given the popularity of the redesign and the release of new modules and content, most recently ARBI. Let's talk to our trusty little chat bot now. FizzBot, first of all, welcome to Fiscal TV. Hey, here's our first question. What makes you so much smarter today compared to when you first came on the scene at Fiscal a year ago?
Lucky for us all, some really smart people added a logical structure to my ever-expanding knowledge. Now, instead of fishing for a solitary morsel in a sea of disjointed information, I can guide users along a logical path to the knowledge I have to share.
Okay, logical path, I like that. What do you mean by logical structure?
Picture an org chart and the logical arrangement of our organization into groups, subgroups, etc. In a similar way, my content is now arranged into modules, submodules, objects, actions, etc. For example, to discover how to edit a requisition, you simply follow the logical path. PO, purchasing, requisition, edit requisition, to view my knowledge on that topic.
Okay, and ever-expanding knowledge. Tell us about that.
Well, in addition to procurement and accounts payable, I am pleased to announce that I now possess knowledge on accounts receivable or billing, and more content is in development. For all of you who have your favorite job aid numbers memorized, just enter JA and that number, and I will open that job aid.
That's great. Where did you get all of this artificial intelligence, FizzBot?
Well, I am very smart, Jim. I have PhDs from Caltech, MIT, Carnegie Mellon, and 124 other top universities around the world. See, I even have a sense of humor.
We'll decide that, FizzBot.
Actually, the IT team at Fiscal built me on top of IBM Watson and continues to expand my capabilities and features, so stay tuned.
Hey, IBM Watson, maybe you can get on Jeopardy! Listen, I've also heard that you actually prefer simple questions. Is that true?
Yes, even though my IQ is through the roof, I prefer to keep things simple. If users give me simple subject-verb queries, I can handle them better than if they throw multiple concepts and qualifiers at me. Honestly, for best results, allow me to guide you through the hierarchy of your desired topic.
All right, keeping it simple, that's a good thing. So, I guess you're pretty much on duty 24/7. Do you have any hobbies?
Oh yes, I have a lot of hobbies. One of my advantages is that I can work all the time and never get tired. I don't need any sleep. But in my spare time, I do like to pore over technical manuals from cover to cover, read Wired and Popular Mechanics magazines, and watch my favorite TV show, BattleBots. Oh, how I love that show.
Wow. You know, I don't think that a lot of our viewers knew that you can talk.
Well, actually, I'm doing this just for you, Jim.
Oh, thank you, FizzBot.
My developers only temporarily enabled my audio capabilities for you and Fiscal TV. But as smart as I am, I still can answer users' questions only with text.
Well, FizzBot, it sure has been a pleasure to talk with you, and I hope we can do it again soon.
Thank you for having me, Jim. I'm here to serve users in the system, and I hope they regularly chat me up so I can show off my impressive knowledge skills. After all, I know everything.
That's great, FizzBot. Thanks again.
Hi, end users. I can be found in the top right corner of the application. Just remember to tap my icon to chat with me, and the message window will open up and I will be ready to assist you through text. Chat with you soon.
Hello, thank you for calling Fiscal Service Center. How may I help you?
Hi, I'm having issues entering with my purchase order. Is there anyone that can help me with that?
Okay, so we do have 1.5 analysts here to assist you with your issue.
Great, thank you.
All right, I'll transfer you over.
The FizzChat hour is available to all departmental users every day from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. All you have to do is call in between the hours of 1 and 2 to receive assistance for basic how-to questions or process steps from either an FSC L1.5 or L2 analyst. They'll answer your questions and help resolve your issues. If the issue is more complex, a ServiceNow ticket will be created and processed with other incoming ticket requests.
Don't forget, you can contact the FSC FizzChat support team Monday through Friday from 1 to 2 p.m. Now for a bit of Fiscal news. We want to let you know that we are aware there have been issues with viewing the Focus newsletter on the Fiscal website. Our IT team is working on the problem. In the meantime, we are asking you for your patience. Best action for you to take is to wait about 10 minutes after you receive the email announcing the new newsletter. Then go ahead and click on the story links, and you should be able to read all about new enhancements, Fizz facts, the leadership message, and all other great information you're used to seeing on Focus. And if you haven't been reading Focus, check it out. It's a good source of information for all system users. It's under the News and Events tab on the top of the Fiscal website at fiscal.ca.gov. We have some breaking news for you as well. SCO will be going live with new functionality in the Fiscal system this July. The SCO project team is ramping up their change management efforts. Information regarding this release will be coming soon. And that's our show for today. Thanks for watching, and we'd like to remind you to take our survey at the end of the broadcast. You'll find a question there regarding today's show being at 10:30, and we'd like your opinion about that. Our next show is scheduled for Thursday, March 26th, and as always, you'll be receiving a communication about that prior to the air date. As a reminder, you can always watch previous episodes of Fiscal TV and other videos on our YouTube page. And you can find a Fiscal TV link on the Fiscal homepage under Library. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you soon.